By age 80, most people lose up to 50% of their muscle mass. Sarcopenia, severe muscle loss, affects over 50 million seniors worldwide. Each year, more than 300,000 older adults are hospitalized from falls caused by muscle weakness. But here's what's remarkable. Significant muscle loss isn't inevitable. While many in their 70s struggle with stairs or standing from a chair, there's an impressive group of seniors who maintain the muscle strength and functionality of people decades younger. These superagers often outperform much younger individuals in strength tests. They hike, play sports, and stay fully independent well into their 90s. What's their secret? Researchers at the Mayo Clinic have identified specific practices that significantly slow and even reverse age-related muscle loss. These are practices that 93% of older adults know nothing about. I'm Emily Carter, and today I'm sharing the 7 evidence-based habits that explain how certain 80-year-olds preserve extraordinary strength. The first habit is something you're likely mismanaging daily. It's a common mistake that triggers genetic pathways accelerating muscle breakdown. Before we begin, please share in the comments where you're watching from, and subscribe for more science-backed health strategies for seniors. Let's dive in. Habit number 7 involves incorporating hormetic stressors. Superagers in their 80s do something counterintuitive. They regularly expose themselves to specific types of beneficial stress called hormetic stressors. These are mild challenges that make you stronger. Research from the Buck Institute shows that brief encounters with certain stressors trigger cellular protective responses that maintain and improve muscle function, even after 80. Temperature variation is the first hormetic stressor. Short cold exposure, like finishing showers with 30 to 60 seconds of cold water, stimulates brown fat, enhances mitochondrial function, and activates adiponectin. This is a hormone that protects muscle tissue. Heat exposure through saunas or hot baths activates heat shock proteins that repair damaged muscle cells and prevent protein breakdown. A Finnish study found that people using saunas 4 to 7 times weekly experienced 40% less muscle loss over a decade compared to non-sauna users. Intermittent fasting is the second stressor. Limiting eating to an 8 to 10 hour window daily activates autophagy. This is your cellular cleaning system that removes damaged components and improves muscle quality. Research from the Salk Institute shows this can improve muscle mitochondrial function by 10% within 12 weeks, regardless of weight loss. Brief, intense contractions are the third stressor. Superagers often practice overcoming isometrics. This means pushing or pulling against immovable objects with maximum effort for 5 to 10 seconds. These brief, intense contractions send powerful signals to muscle cells while minimizing joint stress. The key is that these stressors must be brief with adequate recovery. When done correctly, they activate longevity genes like sirtuins and FOXO that preserve muscle as we age. Start small and progressively build tolerance. Focus on manageable, beneficial stress, not overwhelming your system. Habit number 6 focuses on timing your protein strategically. Many seniors focus on protein amount, but research shows timing may matter even more. As we age, we develop anabolic resistance. This is decreased efficiency in using protein. A Journal of Nutrition study indicates older adults should consume protein at regular intervals throughout the day, not in one large meal as many do. Here's why this matters. After each meal, there's a 3 to 4 hour window for muscle protein synthesis. Eating all your protein at dinner, which is common among seniors, means missed muscle-building opportunities all day. The optimal approach is to target 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein with each meal, distributed evenly throughout the day. For breakfast, choose eggs, Greek yogurt, or protein smoothies instead of just toast or cereal. For lunch and dinner, include lean meats, fish, dairy, or plant-based proteins like beans and lentils. This timing strategy can boost muscle protein synthesis by 25% compared to consuming the same total protein in fewer meals. A University of Texas study found participants following this method gained an average of 1.2 pounds of muscle in 12 weeks without other lifestyle changes. Habit number 5 involves optimizing vitamin D levels. Over 80% of seniors are deficient in what researchers call the muscle vitamin. This deficiency is quietly undermining your strength. Vitamin D does more than support bones. Harvard research shows it directly activates genes crucial for muscle protein synthesis and growth. Your muscle cells have vitamin D receptors that, when activated, trigger pathways for muscle development and maintenance. A JAMA internal medicine study found seniors with optimal vitamin D levels had 25% greater muscle strength than those with deficiencies. They also showed better balance, coordination, and reaction time. All of these are critical for fall prevention. Superagers consistently maintain vitamin D levels above 40 nanograms per milliliter, while typical seniors often have levels below 20. This is considered deficient. Although sunlight helps, skin produces 50% less vitamin D as we age. Most seniors need supplementation. The standard 600 IU recommendation falls short. Studies show most older adults need 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily to reach optimal levels, though this should be personalized based on blood tests. Include vitamin D-rich foods such as fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified dairy. Get 15 to 20 minutes of direct midday sun when possible. Here's a critical alert. Vitamin D works with vitamin K2, which ensures calcium goes to bones instead of arteries. K2 is found in fermented foods and certain animal products. High vitamin D supplementation without adequate K2 may contribute to arterial calcification. This is an often overlooked connection. Consult your doctor about testing your vitamin D levels. Aim to reach above 40 nanograms per milliliter for optimal muscle preservation. Habit number 4 is managing inflammation daily. All superagers with remarkable muscle strength have one thing in common. They have notably low inflammation levels. Chronic low-grade inflammation, what scientists call inflammaging, plays a major role in muscle loss. This silent process degrades muscle protein faster than your body can rebuild it. Worse, inflammation interferes with anabolic signals essential for muscle growth after exercise or protein intake. A Tufts University study found older adults with elevated inflammation markers lost muscle mass 3 times faster than those with lower levels, regardless of exercise or protein intake. Superagers follow targeted anti-inflammatory approaches. They prioritize quality sleep, ensuring 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted rest in complete darkness. Poor sleep elevates inflammatory cytokines by 40%, directly accelerating muscle breakdown. They pay attention to gut health. University of California research shows age-related changes in gut bacteria directly contribute to systemic inflammation. Superagers eat over 30 distinct plant foods weekly and include fermented options like yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut, rich in natural probiotics. They approach exercise intensity strategically. Consistent movement is essential, but excessive high-intensity exercise can increase inflammation in older adults. Superagers do moderate-intensity exercise most days with brief, high-intensity intervals once or twice weekly. They consistently consume anti-inflammatory compounds. This includes omega-3 fatty acids at 2 to 3 grams daily from fatty fish or supplements, curcumin from turmeric, and polyphenol-rich foods like berries, green tea, and extra virgin olive oil. Research in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows this combination can reduce inflammatory markers by 29% within 12 weeks. Track your inflammation through a simple blood test measuring high-sensitivity, C-reactive protein. Superagers typically have levels under 1.0 milligrams per liter, while average seniors have levels 3 to 5 times higher. Habit number 3 is incorporating targeted micronutrients. While conventional advice emphasizes macronutrients, superagers carefully consider specific micronutrients that enhance muscle function and protein synthesis. These enable your body to effectively use protein and maximize exercise benefits. Magnesium is the first critical nutrient. University of Vermont researchers call this the overlooked electrolyte for muscle health. Over 70% of seniors are deficient in this mineral, crucial for 300-plus enzymatic reactions in muscle function. A 2021 American Journal of Clinical Nutrition study showed older adults with adequate magnesium had 30% greater grip strength and markedly improved physical performance compared to those with even mild deficiencies. Superagers include magnesium-rich foods daily. This includes dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and dark chocolate. They often supplement with highly bioavailable forms like magnesium glycinate or threonate. Creatine is not just for young bodybuilders. McMaster University research shows seniors supplementing with creatine experienced notable increases in muscle mass, strength, and cognitive function beyond strength training alone. Taking 3 to 5 grams daily enhances muscular energy production and elevates water content in muscle cells, fostering an anabolic environment. Methylated B12 is frequently underestimated. With age, B12 absorption efficiency significantly diminishes due to declining stomach acid. Alarmingly, common medications like metformin and proton pump inhibitors deplete this vital vitamin. Deficiency directly affects muscle energy production and nerve function. Superagers supplement with methylcobalamin. This is the bioactive form, instead of the cheaper cyanocobalamin in standard multivitamins. Mineral cofactors like zinc, selenium, and chromium support protein synthesis and insulin sensitivity, both essential for delivering nutrients to muscle tissue. A Tufts University study found older adults with adequate trace mineral levels preserved 22% more muscle mass over 5 years compared to those with deficiencies. Instead of generic multivitamins, superagers often undergo micronutrient testing to identify specific deficiencies and tailor supplementation accordingly. Habit number 2 focuses on preserving your neuromuscular junctions. Here's something many seniors miss. Muscle loss isn't just about muscle fibers. The initial decline often occurs in the connection between nerves and muscles. Neuromuscular junctions function like electrical outlets powering muscle activation. As they deteriorate, a process accelerating after 60, your brain's ability to communicate with muscles diminishes, regardless of protein intake or exercise. University of Michigan research shows superagers have significantly healthier neuromuscular junctions. Researchers have identified methods to maintain and potentially regenerate these connections. Coordination-demanding activities are the first method. Tai Chi, dance, tennis, or ping pong uniquely enhance neural connections to muscles beyond simple walking or conventional strength training. These activities force your nervous system to engage muscle fibers in specific patterns, strengthening neuromuscular junctions. A 2020 Journal of Physiology study found older adults doing coordination-demanding activities twice weekly had 31% better neuromuscular junction preservation compared to those doing only traditional exercise. Protective compounds are the second method. Research indicates alpha-lipoic acid and acetyl L-carnitine protect nerve muscle connections from oxidative damage. Specific vitamin B1 variants like benfotiamine and huperzine from Chinese club moss can boost acetylcholine. This is the key neurotransmitter for muscle activation. Targeted breathing is the third method. Superagers practice breathing techniques that stimulate the vagus nerve, which regulates neuromuscular communication. Simple box breathing, where you inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, done daily for 5 minutes, can enhance neural muscle activation by 15%. Cognitive engagement also plays a role. A Columbia University study found older adults consistently engaging in complex cognitive activities showed markedly improved muscle function. Researchers determined cognitive challenges directly benefit the neuromuscular system through interconnected neural pathways. These strategies help superagers maintain essential brain-to-muscle connections well into their 80s and beyond. Habit number 1 is progressive resistance training. This is the most crucial habit distinguishing remarkably strong 80-year-olds. It's what Tufts University researchers call the most effective anti-aging intervention ever discovered. But it's different from typical senior exercise programs. Superagers follow targeted protocols that address the biological processes underlying muscle loss. Here's the fundamental truth. Muscles follow use it or lose it, but they must be progressively challenged. Walking, water aerobics, or using the same light weights week after week isn't sufficient for preserving muscle mass after 60. The first key is intensity over duration. McMaster University research shows older adults doing high-intensity resistance training, approaching muscle failure, twice weekly experienced greater muscle gains than those doing moderate intensity training 5 times weekly. Reaching momentary muscular failure, where you can't do another rep with proper form, is crucial. This triggers significant anabolic responses, stimulating muscle protein synthesis for up to 72 hours post-exercise. The second key is focusing on compound movements. Superagers emphasize exercises activating multiple muscle groups. This includes squats, deadlifts, rows, presses, and pulls. These can be adapted for individual mobility and joint health. Compound movements elicit greater hormonal responses than isolation exercises like bicep curls or leg extensions. The third key is progressive overload. They systematically increase resistance or difficulty over time. Your muscles respond to imposed stress. Using the same weights indefinitely leads to plateaus. Superagers meticulously track workouts and consistently pursue incremental improvements. The fourth key is eccentric emphasis. They focus on the lowering phases of exercises, which studies show are especially beneficial for older adults. Slowly lowering weights creates increased muscle fiber tension while minimizing joint stress. This works even for late starters. A University of Alabama study found people in their 70s who began progressive resistance training gained an average of 3.3 pounds of muscle and saw a 35% strength increase in just 12 weeks. These changes paralleled improvements in blood glucose control, bone density, and cognitive function. The biggest mistake seniors make is believing resistance training is risky or irrelevant at this stage. Avoiding it permits ongoing muscle deterioration, ultimately leading to frailty, increased fall risk, and potential loss of independence. If you implement just one habit from this video, make it progressive resistance training. Start with expert guidance to ensure proper technique, begin at appropriate intensities for your current fitness level, and progressively advance. Just 2 30-minute sessions weekly can significantly alter your aging trajectory. These are the 7 evidence-based habits explaining how certain 80-year-olds maintain muscle strength comparable to people decades younger. Start with the habit that seems easiest and progressively add others. The choices you make today will yield significant benefits for your future strength and independence. Which of these 7 habits are you currently doing? Which one surprised you most? Do you know anyone in their 70s or 80s who exhibits remarkable strength? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this valuable, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more science-backed health strategies for seniors. Your future self will thank you for taking action today. Until next time, this is Emily Carter reminding you that it's never too late to build the strength that preserves your independence.